actually now what to do, what to really do. First of all, don't be overwhelmed by this stuff. I was just for the sake of it, actually let me just explain. You guys will understand this code, this thing better. First of all, this is a function which I have written. Okay, this is a function which I have written, and it's not actually, this is about a day percentage bot. Day percentage. First of all, what does the day mean? A day means okay, first of all, yeah, now it is fine. First of all, what a day means? A day means something which is from 12. Wait, is my voice okay? Okay, it is okay. Now, what does a day mean? A day means something. Let's just write it here. What is a day? A day means something which is from midnight to midnight. Midnight to midnight. Like from 12 midnight means 12 a.m. From 12 a.m. to 12 a.m. Of the like till 11:59. Midnight to 23:59. Okay. Now, what happens is that sometimes, or let's just say here 24, here 24:00. We are taking it as 24:00 or 0:00 for the sake of this discussion. Now, the length of a day is like this. Now, for example, someone's sleep schedule. Let me turn off the lights at first. Okay, just 1 minute. Let me turn off the lights. Yes, now. For example, someone's sleep schedule is so much messed up that he has to use he has to use 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. Mind you, like from it is said as midnight here, like midnight. Instead of midnight, the starting time is 6 a.m. and the ending time is 4 a.m. which means that in between 4 and 6 he will be able to sleep. Like my psychology, my thinking was that at 80%, like when the 80% of day will have already been passed, he will understand the value of it and will go to sleep. Okay, that way he can eventually shift his circadian cycles. Okay, circadian cycles backwards, like to 12, from like till 12 a.m. like he can go to the normal, shift to the normal stuff. Okay, and now don't mind the fan thing. My computer's fan is just a bit being weird these days, but we will manage it. So anyway, now I think we need to use a white noise for this. Let me just play white noise. Let's just use this, because this is going to be no, this is a very bad move. Absolutely no. This will be bad. This will be bad. Why did I not predict this? This will be bad. Anyway, so what can I say? Play some lo-fi or something like that along with my stream, because this sound of the fans, of the computer fans, is going to be a bit loud. Anyway, so let's delve into the function program to exactly understand what I was thinking. I have had to actually remake this program. Now, what is the case is that in Lua, what happens is you need to make your own stuff. Okay. Now, there is a very famous video of Tom Scott. Like, Lua does have a lot of things regarding date and time. It does have a lot of things, but I don't think I need to. I will have to check. Okay, Lua has something. Diff os.diffware. Hmm. Absolute cinema. So anyway, what were we talking about regarding this, right? Oh no. Okay, now let's talk about this thing. This beautiful mess of a code. Just concentrate upon the function right now. Okay? We will just concentrate upon the function. Now, what does this represent? The function is actually calculating the percentage of what we are doing. Okay? That we all know, and I know that I am being long winding about this, but we need to clarify the context, because first of all, something like this is going to be out there in my desktop. Okay, first of all, so we need to be open about this. See, something like this, but we will not make something as complicated as this, because this is a a little dial. We won't make dials and minute hands and second and hour hands, nothing like that, and not even a resting table. We will just make something transparent with only the things showing. We also have the objectives kept in a safe place. Wait, where is it? CD YouTube. CD. Okay. Oh my god, this CD was. This is actually a Git cloned repository, and now CD. What is it? Oh, I forgot almost. Here it is. What we had actually. First of all, what are we going to make? A day percentage bot. Font style will be changed. Color will be changed. We don't say init, we have to follow the British English spelling. Okay. Oh, I understood the reference. Basically, color. COLOR and COLOUR. Anyway, font size can be changed. Like fonts can actually be changed. Like the system fonts, you can choose the fonts you have in your system. Okay, that's something we can do. Okay, initial and final times. That's something I want to talk about actually. Like what I have talked about. Like the initial time will be 6 a.m. and the final time will be 4 a.m. of the next day. The code will be such that if the initial time is greater than the final time, then the final time will be on the next day. That is a different issue that we have already assumed in the calculate percentage thing. Now there will be 3 functions. Okay, number 1, we will make the date, like we will create the date object. Okay, perfectly fine. And secondly, we will first of all we will create the data object. Second of all, we have calculated the percentage. Third of all, we will update the percentage. Okay, we will update it. So updation is important here, along with creation and the other stuff. Updation and creation can be clubbed into a single function. That's not a matter. The matter is that the function needs to be what the function needs to work. Now how do I ensure that it works? For 1 minute. So how can we ensure the function is works? How will it work? All of this will be in a .ini file. I don't know why I have said about .ini file, but I have no idea. Like, I knew about the file structure even a few days ago, but I have forgotten about it. I have forgotten entirely about it. It will not be in a ini file, it will be in a JSON file. Okay, it will be in the JSON file, which will be stated in the info. But anyway, this is a very complex topic to talk about. System settings, there will be something called system settings, and there will be something to change, and there will be something to do, there will be something. Okay, anyway, UUID, day percentage, water flying second. Actually, the UUID is something like this. Okay, now author will be fine. Now, what will I do? What do we do? Let's go. Win.js. I guess that was the DATE. Yes, data.js. Init time, end time, current time. Current time is greater than or equals to end time, and then current time is less than. So first, we are calculating the percentage, and we know that it's on the next day, and because we will set the date like that, we will set a slash update the date like that, we will keep it as if it's the next day. Okay, the next day we will keep it as if it is the next day. Okay, I am getting spooky vibes from my surroundings. Anyway, we will get it as if it is the next day. Okay, we will get it as if it is the next day. I am still repeating this, but still, if any time is greater than the current time, if any time becomes greater, okay, if any time is bigger, okay, if any time becomes larger, for example 6 am, the initial start, the 0% will be in 6 am, 0% will be in 6 am, and the 100% will be somewhat earlier. For example, 100% will be in 4 am. But then what we will do is that we will make the 100% occur and at 4 am of that next day. That will be our strategy. Okay, and also if the init time, the starting happen, this is very weird, but we still have to do this for the sake of the people. Okay, for the sake of coding, we will have to do this, but we will have to also give a brand new node that please do not do this for below 12 hours. You will not get the time. There will be no, you will not get the time. People may use it as a timer though. People may use it as a timer though. For example, if they use a init time 4 am and the end time as 6 am, like 4 am will have 0%, 6 am will have 100%, then in the same day the 4 am and 6 am will occur. And first of all, from 4 am to 6 am it will be a 2 hours straight. So for example, 7200 seconds, or 7200 into 1000 milliseconds. Now 7200 into 1000 milliseconds divided by the current time with a percentage of 7200 milliseconds, 7200 into 1000 milliseconds, like that ratio to be expressed as a percentage will be expressed as a percentage, because we are dealing with milliseconds here when we are talking about get time. First of all, let's talk about get time. We are dealing with milliseconds here, milliseconds. When we are calling get time, it is in the docs. Let's talk about the docs. DOCS, what about documentation? Okay, get time in JavaScript MDN docs. Okay, DOCS, data prototype.get time, get JavaScript. Okay, you will see it. Wait, local UTC get time. Okay, there is. Okay, even I didn't know about this. But where is the get time thing? This is the format. Okay, no worries. This is the format, but get time. Where is the get time thing? This is very important. Get time returns the number of milliseconds since midnight January 1, 1970 and the specified date. See, we are talking about milliseconds here. We are talking about the Unix time here. Right. We are talking about the Unix time. What is basically what is Unix time? Where is it? Basically, what is Unix time? Unix time. What was Unix time? You see, what was Unix time? Unix time is say January 1st, 1970 at UTC. At UTC. That's the difference between Unix time and this thing. See, it is the number of seconds since midnight January 1, 1970 at a specified date. Okay, there is a difference between local time and global time. I really don't know what the get time does. This is wait. Get time. Get time does is independent of time zones. You see it? Get time is independent of time zones. You may ask why. The simple thing is that what get time provides is just the difference between 1970 and this. Okay? Now 1970 to 2025. Now this date in 2025 minus January 1st, 1970. Like, okay. That's you might call it a subtraction theoretically, but it is Unix time. It is plain and simple Unix time. Unix time. See, what exactly? Where is the? Do you see this thing? This thing. This is what is this? I can't read it. So this 1 trillion seconds have already passed. 1,743,014,500. I did a wrong thing. 1 billion seconds have passed. 1,743,014,588 seconds have already passed. You see? Second since January 1, 1970 UTC. We are talking about UTC. Now here in India we are at UTC plus 530. So we are talking about something in India. So first of all, let us understand what happened. For example, this is X time and this is we have January 1st, 1970 at 12 am. Okay, here and here. Since we had a higher, like, since it was already 5:30 in January 1, 1970 in India, so it is 5:30. So, what happens? We are ahead by 5 hours and 30 minutes from the actual Unix time. Do you understand? Taking GMT or UTC as the analogy for Unix time, we might say that we are in India, we are 5 hours and 30 minutes ahead of Unix time, which means this is almost correct, but not almost correct. We need to add whatever 3600 into 1000 into 5 to this. So I don't want to calculate that, but anyway, 3600 into 1000 into 5 to get the correct number of milliseconds relative to us. Okay. Anyway, I am just explaining too much about time, but it is important to explain this much about time, because even after you might see that John Conway's I have implemented in my GitHub repos John Conway's doomsday algorithm and John Conway's game of life and stuff like this, stuff which every newbie has to do, like not has to do but like should do, good for doing or whatever. But the thing is, you even after we have futuristic stuff like, what should I say, we can calculate, we can get the calendar of 2150 today, right now. So none of us will be alive during that time, but we can get the calendar of 2150, and like my descendants would be, our descendants will be happy seeing this. But anyway, if they even see it, okay. So anyway, what do we have? We can get calendars of any year, considering that we have the algorithm to calculate the calendars of every 400 years. Okay, we can calculate the calendars of every, if we can calculate the calendars of all the years in 400 years, then we can get any calendar of any year we want. We just need to go back to the basics. Let's say going back to the basics will really help you. Okay, so I won't discuss about John Conway's doomsday algorithm that much, but there is a very real problem with actually tick 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 tick, the tick 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 motion of dates, the motion of time needs to be talked about. Like the motion of time needs to be tabulated every second, every millisecond, and that's why we have atomic clocks, we have a lot of other stuff. Okay, I think there was an atomic clock in the Greenwich Observatory. I have not much idea, but let's atomic clock in Greenwich Observatory. Okay. Greenwich Observatory. Atomic clocks of the Greenwich. Okay. Royal Observatory of Greenwich. Very okay. Not bad. In fact, I loved it. So, the Royal Observatory of Greenwich has atomic clocks that calculate the exact time, and this is what we are using. Okay, understand this? Okay. Now, there is a very beautiful, a brilliant video of Tom Scott stating how actually time zones, like accounting for the time zones, accounting for the difference in time zones can be like how accounting for different time zones can be problematic. The video's name was The Problem with Time and Time Zones by Computer File. You can check that out because that is an amazing video which will actually tell you that not all problems are meant to be done using data structures. Okay, like we don't have the time for this, for doing every problem with data structures. So what we have this thing, this init time. We have talked about init time and time a lot. Let's talk about the current current time is basically current time according to my computer, according to the according to what, according to the atomic clocks plus 5:30 time, we are at uh, we are at 12. Why am I saying why is my tone getting so much weird? Okay, anyway, we are we we are at 12:20. Why am I saying time as if I am in a location? Okay, wait. English grammar rules are very weird. Okay, anyway, so we are at 12:20 on Thursday, March 27, 2025. Why am I talking like a time traveler? Nothing to do, but we can skip this. Notice my charge. Do you see that there's 1 hour 20 minutes remaining? You guessed it right. You actually guessed it right. Do you want to see what's not this, INXI hyphen B. Wanna see this? See this? Ha lol. My battery is toast basically. Not toast exactly, but for when it will go to 40% or 50%, it will be very literally toast. Understood? Okay, anyway, let's go back to our normal space. So this is this, and why have I written this thing? Let's just free some free stuff. I usually use inversion as a like guard clause is what you guys call. I say it as inversion. So I use inversion quite often in my code. And what have I written? I don't even know what have I written. Now, first of all, I have assumed that these are data objects. Okay, I have assumed that, and I haven't done any kind of exception handling, because I know that this part of the function won't be tampered by anything. This will be as it is. Like, we won't let anyone intrude into this. This will be specifically GUI based or even CUI based. We might let them change the configuration, anything. We might let them change a lot of stuff, but not this part. This will be ours. So I have absolutely assumed that we are using is my mic muted? No, my mic is unmuted. You guys may turn on the white noise because this will be very annoying. Now, so what I have done is that, so I have taken 3 date objects here. These are to be assumed as date objects. Okay, how is a date object actually declared? Something like this. Did you guys see that I was actually copying stuff out of Reddit? So I am actually making so as I was saying that I am actually making a cinnamon Desklet for day percentage similar to this, but not this. We will make something like we will just keep a text like thing. Okay, we will just keep it text like, because text is important. Some might prefer sliders, some might prefer pie charts, but let's not focus on that for now. We will just focus on text. Okay, so in JavaScript it is a common custom to write dates like this. Okay, writing dates like this is what we do. Const date 1 equals to new date 2025 -3 -07. Now, first of all, let's actually do this. Is the year hyphen month hyphen date, the day numbers, 1 to 31 or 1 to 30 or 1 to 28 or 1 to 29, that thing. Okay, this is the date part. like y dd. Okay, now there is a demarcation with t. I don't know why, but it is there. In the actual full the full timestamp is actually like, so here it is there 11, and there will be a something like point. I exactly don't know what it means, but anyway, like I know what it means, but I don't want to involve in that. Plus, and there will be also be a plus 0000. I exactly can't figure out, but it's fine. We don't even need to deal with the local time. We can only get what the time it is, and we can only subtract stuff. We can compare stuff too. So date objects, once you okay, I think I need to give you an understanding of class. Okay, so what is a class? A class is a blueprint here. We are referring to class as a blueprint here, or whatever. Like here, this date class, we need to create a date object out of this. What does this new do? New is actually a molder. New basically molds, like for example, there is a blueprint of your house. What new does is basically it molds your blueprint into an actual house. For example, you have a CAD drawing, CAD, computer aided design. Because you have a CAD drawing, and it goes into a very good pristine model. For example, we use Blender to draw stuff, to model stuff. Now what happens? As we give it to a 3D printer, it gives us a print. There might be a lot of stuff regarding inks and all. That is why those parameters are why we actually use constructors. What are constructors? Constructors are those which are called during the process of molding. Okay, we will call this process of molding as instantiation. Okay, instantiation, to instantiate. Okay, instantiation. Now we will call this process of molding. Now during the design process of instantiation, this entire thing, let's talk about this. Okay, what is this? What you see is a class name. A class is a collection of functions, and what is a function? A function is like a black box. What do? You give it 2 and it returns you 5. You give it 3 and it returns you 7. You give it 1 and it returns you 3. What is going on? This function, this black box, what this black box does is that it simply gives you the 2n plus 1 value. Okay, the 2n plus 1 value. That's all. So that is the black box we are talking about. Function acts like a black box. We can't know. For example, you might click pictures with a camera. Okay, clicking pictures with a camera, but do you know what lies beneath that? That's what we are talking about. We don't know what this date thing does. What weird things this date class does. This is a class name. This is the blueprint we are going to mold, and we are specifying the ink with which to mold. Okay, we are specifying the ink. Okay, here the parameters. This is a parameterized constructor. There are default constructors, there are parameterized constructors. A parameterized constructor is something which needs ink, and the default constructor is something which we just need to call and it will automatically mold something for you. You don't know what this something is, but it will mold something for you to work upon. Okay, a lot of time these are default stuff, and that's why it has been called as default constructor. For example, like default cube, if you just call a cube, like just assume that you are calling a cube and it returns you a default cube. Okay, seems fair, isn't it? That's why it is called a default constructor. And parameterized constructors have specialized stuff. For example, it has a different color of it might you might specify different color of things and all. Like that is just an analogy, but anyway, this is our parameter. What is a parameter? The parameters are things which we pass to a function. Here we are talking about function, but this is a class. A class is a function here. What constructor is when the class is a function of its, like when a class is a dedicated function of its own to instantiate the proper object. Okay, to instantiate the object. Now what this does, we don't know about the internal workings. Okay, what we know is that there is 2025, it will be stored somewhere, it will be stored somewhere 2025 March 7th March of 2025, something very weird. I don't. By the way, why is it written as 7th March? Why 7th March? Why 7th March? I have started the series on January. Okay. So let's keep it all aside and give you the context. I have started this step around January, and after that I am developing. Okay, as I am getting time, I am trying to develop. I am thinking of bunking the college tomorrow, so whatever. So I can actually live stream without the tension of like waking up early. Anyway, this is your hydration reminder. Drink water right now. I gotta mute for a while. You need to drink water. Okay. So anyway, we gotta start. Now this is the date. Okay. According to the rules of JavaScript, this is the most standardized and reliably and the one which can be reliably which is reliable. Okay, something like this we are giving for all the cases. Now this anytime and anytime will be specified by us. Okay, this anytime and anytime will be specified by us, and we will check for a lot of stuff while creating the and updation. The updation thing is also very important. The updation thing states that we need to update it, like we need to update the end time and the init time. So technically what I am thinking of is the creation and the updation should be different, because When we are changing the settings, the creation time will differ, and when we are not changing, and when the day, when the end time exceeds. I'm not talking about when the init time starts, when the end time exceeds. When the time goes beyond, when current time goes beyond the end time, then what happens? We will update. We will update it to the subsequent, to the successors. Okay? And now let's start to talk about the function finally. Here it is. If current time is greater than equals to end time. What is end time and what is current time? Current time is greater than equals to end time. Let me make sense of it. Now current time is greater than equals to, now see, we can actually compare data objects like nothing. Like it is very much easy to compare data objects once you have set everything else. Once you have set the whole date, you can compare data objects beautifully. So current time and end time. Current time falls later. You think so. Current time falls later. Current time falls later than end time. Okay. Current time falls later. We are talking about later, not something greater than or lesser than. We are talking about later. Current time falls later than end time, which means current time has exceeded or has just stepped in the end time. For example, as we have said earlier, here 24:00 or 00:00. That's why we have said that the end time should be something like that, because we are considering from the end time itself that it will end. Okay. Now current time is greater than equals to end time. Current time falls later in end time. If and above and current time is less than any time, like for example the 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. thing. It is like the init time is 6 a.m. It will start from 6 a.m. but it has already ended at 4 a.m. During this point, what will happen? You see the thing? I haven't actually done it like I haven't actually written it like an equation, but I need to, because this is essential. And time is greater than equals to, it will be less than equals to. I need to write it like an equation. Less than equals to current time. I need to write an like an equation. And time is less than equals to current time, and then current time is less than any time. Seems fair. And now there are a lot of tools. Update init time and end time in a separate condition. Function on the current time is greater than init time should be end time should be considered current time and should be executed just once. Init time is said like only current time is greater than end time should be considered. Wait, why have I even written that? That should be for the update function anyway. That's why I have done it in the comments. Init time dot set date, init time dot get date plus one date. Oh my goodness, date means here JavaScript handles everything else for you. You just need to do get date plus one. You don't need to do anything else. You don't need to wrap anything. You don't need to do anything. JavaScript handles it all for you. So init time dot set date, init time dot get date plus one. Data considers are very good stuff. Okay. End time dot set date, init time dot get date plus one. Okay. Tang 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 tang. Okay. Sounds like a song. Anyway, if current time is less than init time, now when we are in that no man's land, basically I'm talking about This is what we will call as no man's land here. Throughout the rest of the live stream, we will call this thing as no man's land. When the init time is on the right and the current time is on the left, and we are stuck in the middle. The flow of time is stuck in the middle. That will be called just no man's land. Not no man's land, but something like that. Let's call it no man's land because it is simpler. If current time is less than init time, what is current time? Current time, which is in no man's land, is less than init time. It is less than init time. Okay, it will go till anything and will stop. Okay, current time is less than init time. While it is still in the no man's land, then what we will do? Let end time is why? Wait. Why are we setting something like this? End time is less than equals to current time, and then current time is less than init time. Why have we done it twice? Redundant indeed. I haven't noticed it yet. Redundant. Okay, it is redundant. And what we have done is that redundant is time to sleep. Well, modern problems require modern solutions. Not shown if init time and end time are the same. Do you see this? Current time is less than init time. There, oh my goodness, there was a reason why I have done this. First of all, we need to ensure that this is in the no man's land. And second, oh my god, why? This is just so annoying. Now I remember. Like, you are proving one boolean and another boolean inside something, and you also have to prove that, okay, my goodness, you are proving one, like you are proving that you are in this case, and you have to still prove that you are in this case, because otherwise they won't be convinced. Do you understand? Oh my goodness, that is something my myopic lens can't see. Myopic lens can't even figure out. Not shown if any time and end time are the same. Current time is less than init time. Okay, current time is less than time. We have achieved absolute zero. Whatever. What we have really done is that end time is less than equals to current time, and that current time is less than equals to init time. That needs to be done. Needs to be done. Okay? When we go to 1, then only we will, like, every time it's updated. How will we even keep track of this? I don't know. How will we, like, it will at least keep track, it will at least take 30 milliseconds or 40 milliseconds to react or whatever. But how will we keep track of this? I don't know. Let's just write, because this is how will we keep track of what? Track of I forget everything these days. But how will we keep, how we In time is less than equal to current time, and current time is less than equals minute time. I forgot. I forgot it entirely. How will we keep track of this? Every millisecond. How will we keep track of every millisecond? Important. Like, when will we even call it? How will we call it, and when will we call it? How will we keep track of it? A very important question, and something which needs to be answered. Will we keep on doing function calls for every millisecond? Keep on doing function calls for every millisecond. Will we keep on doing function calls every millisecond? Obviously, that's not the thing. That's not even the solution. Okay. But we can do something. This needs to be talked about. This needs to be tabulated. Because this is something which I will definitely forget, which I would have definitely forgotten. Now, to do updating in time and end time in a separate function. Only current time is better than end time, should be considered and should be executed just once. Okay, fine. Here and that is time to sleep, not shown if any time and end time are the same. Okay. Now, we have done the most complex case in this problem. We have already done that now. Let's talk about the other stuff. There is elapsed time. What does elapsed time do? We don't need, side note, we don't need stuff. We don't need these math.apps because let me just tell about it later. Okay, now we don't need math.apps. Why don't we need it? Because elapsed time is equals to current time dot get time. We are talking about the current times Unix time. If we are assuming that we are at GMT minus init times Unix time, assuming that we are at GMT. Think about that. You are like, it was started from somewhere in the past and now you are in the current phase. Like, that's what percentage refers to. Like the current value minus the initial value divided by the final value minus the initial value. Like how, like this is the ratio between the ranges. Okay, this is the ratio between the range of values captured. Okay, now what does the percent time do? Percent time is very simple, that elapsed time into 100.0 by total time. You know why I have done 100.0. Don't ask me about that. That's something that I have that's something of a habit. Written math.flow percent time will be written in a math.flow format. There is a reason for that. There is a reason why I have done it in math.flow, because I don't want it to be an ugly decimal value like float. You know what floating point values can do. They have the ability to wield a lot of stuff which we don't want, some unnecessary stuff which we don't even need. For example, 94.0000 such as 0.0000007, something like that. We don't even need that. Okay, everything in this world does it wrong, does it severely wrong. For example, let's talk about, oh my god, let's talk about 0.1 plus 0.2. What happens? 0.3 or whatever, how many zeros are there, whatever the number of zeros are there, let's count them. 1 2 3 4 5 oh my goodness. 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15. 4 plus 15 is 19. Like, oh my goodness, why? See, this is 0.3 0.00000000000000004. Why? This is like floating point arithmetic has messed all of it up. Like floating point arithmetic is the thing which is more harmful than generative AI. What am I talking about? We ourselves use generative AI. Anyway, so this is it. I thought about it. Now where to go from here? We need to test it. How will we test it? We need to actually keep some restrictions around this. We can't let users change seconds, I guess. I don't know. Whatever gives them some brand new control. No. Okay, whatever. T. Okay. I think I will go. It really is a difference between very weird but very cool stuff I'm going to do. Very beautiful. Just wait and watch while I cook. Okay, whatever. Now this will be our init date lol end date lol. Now we need the console log percentage calc percent, whatever is percent. Why are we using the lower camel case? Oh way, no way. Anytime and time, current time, let's go. I think we should have I think we need to do this current. It's more sensible when people use current time in the start. Current time, and let's just okay. Why? Anyway, now current time. What is our current time? Date 1, comma init date lol. End date lol. My variable names don't follow any conventions, but it doesn't need to follow any convention. It is fine without any conventions. Right? what was the way to actually print stuff like this in JavaScript? There was a way to print stuff like this in JavaScript, because there was something which I don't remember. Whatever. WQ npm how to np. What was the way to compile? How to compile JavaScript program in npm okay eh no Ra- okay my why 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 what how do you run a JS file using npm scripts? Page not found. Good job on being page not found. How to compile a code in JavaScript? Do we really have to do this? We don't compile JavaScript code, but anyway, let's do this because this is going to be annoying. Oh my god, please no. Okay, there are a lot of weird stuff. Is it anything? Nothing specifically problematic which I have actually done here. Oh, this was something regarding recursion which I have done using GIMP, and I am proud of myself for that. Okay, now okay, it is just really, why don't I actually give proper names? Linux habit, nothing. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, what happened was that. So where is my actually codes? CODES ABCD. Yes, let's go. 3D donut. ADB good 15. Now there are only codes here. Okay. Java codes, not Java codes. We're not talking about Java codes. We will actually be this is just so bad. Let's add this to list and let's make it okay. Why have we done it? This is I regret it with every inch of my being. Oh my goodness. This is just some. We don't really. I don't want to hear this. npm build. But how to? Let's just talk about TypeScript now. There was a command like, is this a Mandela effect? Why is that? What is happening? How would build and compile news JS files after modifying the source code? How to compile and build it. No. How to run a .js file. Open a web page on your PC. Control J Shift keys. Redirect where you can type the right JavaScript. But a JS file type. Create a JavaScript file. Is still running. Node comment followed by a script file. Node. Oh wow. Thank you. Node followed by a script file. Where is our script? Data.js. You see it? Do you see it? Do you see it? Let me just show you once more from Vim now. While you see this, and I will show you how it actually is. See, do you see it? Now let's go to this. This is very interesting, beautiful event. Let's do some experiments. It is a working framework. It is a working framework. It is a working framework. It's indeed a working framework. Now the maths is fine. Let's test with the capabilities. What are the capabilities of this thing? Let's just suppose that we use 8. The init date will be 8 and this will be 21, and suppose this is 18. Wait, no, we will keep it something that the init date will be 9:38 and the end date will be in 6. No, I have not planned it like this. This is our plan. This is our exact plan, and now why am I doing stuff like this? Good job. Now 6:38 06 08. Beautiful. Let's just analyze that if we get something like something weird. Not. We'll be calculating. And wait a minute. Okay. Why are we doing this? We already know what we are capable of. Node data.js 42%. I have no idea how it came into being. Method flow, it is method flow, so I know that 42 dot something it will be, but I don't know, like I have only truncated stuff, I haven't done anything else, so I know nothing. Moreover, I just know that something is up there, which is my code is fine. Code is absolutely fine. The code is fine. Thankfully, it is fine. After I have done some important stuff, let's modify these, because modifying this will be very, very important. Okay, we will just make a very small change in our Reddit post, because we are actually like making a tutorial series on this. Okay, where is the we will look at those chats later. days ago. What is this? Elapsed time, total time, person time, return person time. Oh yes, equals to. Let's use equals to because this will be very important for us. And oh, I can't even scroll now. I can't even scroll now. This is. I can't even scroll. This is just lagging. No, it's not lagging. It's actually. Oh, it's lagging. Whatever. Let's do this. Let's use the hammer of Control V. Perfect. Yes, it was an important change to do. Also, we will be implementing it later. As we have seen, it is okay. It's completely fine. We have calculated the milliseconds between these and stuff. After while seeing, let's just see something somewhat more, because let's just assume that have we used method floor? No, we haven't used method floor, and we should use method floor, but for now we will remove the method floor. Let us see what happens. Oh no. 42.857. Okay, that's, I guess, okay. I don't know, it is okay. Let's just do something like, let's just all keep all of it same, and then we will do something 07 and 7 and 07 and okay 18 and 21 and 19 20 okay 19 okay, let's go. Yes, it's 50, it's literally 50. We are safe for now. We are safe for now. Let's just do whatever we have done. Nothing can be done. Method flow of math floor. Okay, let's go. Let's pack this class up. This will be our important inclusion. We will actually use this. Where is our ls-ltr? ls-ltr tail -n5. Oh no, tail -n5. Let's go. The last one was basically data.js, and we will actually mainly date.js to YouTube. Don't care about this cd YouTube. Let's just see what is out there. Yes, the data.js is there, and the git successfully. I will successfully done. Fine. Oh, what else is out there? Meanwhile, my battery's charge is also ended. My battery is okay. My battery is fine. A battery is basically toast, time zone and daylight saving time data. Very good, very good. At a very apt time you have appeared. I haven't seen this. This is just so weird. Anyway, let's talk about this. Making a Desklet. How is making a Desklet? Not this. This. But is making a Desklet. We have also used this. Let's just, we don't need JavaScript anymore. What we need, like we need JavaScript, but we don't need those stuff. We need something like this. Okay, let's actually open the Desklet.js folder, the one which will actually describe whatever Desklet will be like. cd youtube / day percentage. Okay, good job. Now cd files / files / oh, there's nothing. So we have a boilerplate. This boilerplate is particularly for the latest Cinnamon version. Okay, this is not we need to check the dev help. That's why I have kept dev help in the taskbar. What we are talking about is Cinnamon JavaScript reference manual. This thing, we need this thing. We need this thing a lot. For example, let's search here. Oh, this document is for Cinnamon 6.4.8. The JavaScript, only the JavaScript reference manual has two let me just tell you how Cinnamon JS has divided its stuff. So there will be imports. These imports will be associated to a variable. Okay, these imports will be associated with a variable. Okay, these variables should have fixed names basically, because without having fixed names we can't actually do anything. Absolutely anything. We can't do anything. We don't have any fixed names. So imports. This, do you see that imports dot UI dot something like that? Yes. There are basically three kinds of imports. Imports UI, imports MISC, and imports something like ST, like for the shell toolkit. But in the Cinnamon JavaScript reference manual, this shell toolkit is something like glibc. Okay, glibc, which we use. Like glibc is one of the main things in most of the Linux distributions. glibc is important. Now, what does Alpine Linux do? Instead of glibc, it uses MUSL. Okay, glibc is something which actually draws the windows, like for the GUI stuff, GUI, graphical user interface. For the GUI stuff, glibc is important. And this whole thing, instead of glibc we have st, and this whole st thing is also weirdly done. Not exactly weirdly, but we need help for this. Okay? We need help for this. We need help of the documentation, how to draw stuff. Okay. Now there are two kinds of parts in the Cinnamon JavaScript reference manual. The one which we'll use, imports.ui imports.misc. We are not talking about imports.misc. These are miscellaneous, but we need about the UI. Applet is also a form of Desklet, but Desklets are also a form of applets, but we will not talk about applets. These things, these oh no, stuff like this, which you will find in Windows 7 or even in RenMeter, stuff like this, is basically called a Desklet, and stuff like this is called an applet. Okay, now what happens, this is an applet, this is an applet, and this is a Desklet. So imports.ui.applet, we will not talk about applet, we will directly go to Desklet. Okay, Desklet has a variable, and here remember one thing, basically cinnamon.js is basically the dot operated. What it is doing is that it is basically a directory demarcator, just like the forward slash or the backward slash is a directory demarcator in many distributions. Something like this is happening in cinnamon.js too. Imports.ui. Okay, .ui.desklet, which means there are three folders: UI, ST, and MISC. Under the UI folder, there is a Desklet folder, and we will call this. And this is the weirdest thing, that we will call this, because this requires a lot of stuff to be called. We will call this particular thing as a variable named Desklet. Okay? We will keep it in the start. In every desk, we will have to do this. Desklet.desklet. Desklets, like base Desklet class to be inherited. To the stuff to be inherited. Okay. Whatever it is. Desklet.desklet. Desklet. Under the Desklet folder, there is a Desklet. The final Desklet class. Whatever it is. Program class or whatever. There are functions with this. It has init, set header, set content, on Desklet removed, on Desklet reloaded, destroy, on Desklet added to desktop, highlight, dictionary metadata. Dictionary metadata is of the property type dictionary, active is of the type st.box layout, content is of the type st.bin, and int is of the type instance id. Okay, and from the cinnamon manual only, I have come to know that we only need to specify this stuff: metadata and instance id, metadata and instance id, metadata and instance id. Only these stuff. Okay, we only call this one. Now, accordingly, let's see what. There is a hello world Desklet here. Let's try it out, because trying it out doesn't hurt. Wow, this is weird. See, my reason for creating this tutorial came about when I was creating a Desklet for Cinnamon. There were barely any guides on creating a Desklet, and finding documentation on the libraries available in CJS, and finding documentation on the libraries available in CJS was difficult. The only advice I saw was to read other people's source code and learn from that. That's what we will have to do eventually. And there's no shame in that, my friend. While it is a great way to learn, it does not provide enough information. So I'd like to share what I have learned and where I have found it. Our first Desklet will be a simple hello world program. Okay, I have become the Primogen. Oh my goodness, I have become the Primogen. I am the order of prime. Okay, just you can just read it. Okay, I am not reading it right now. I need to go hydrate. I have to hydrate a lot these days. Let's go. Let's hydrate and read it. On a different note, my room really stinks. Anyway, so what does this guy talk about? Let's just read it. My reason for creating this tutorial came out when I was writing a Desklet for Cinnamon. Okay, GJS are JavaScript binding for GNOME and based on Mozilla's JavaScript is Spider Monkey. My reason for creating this tutorial came out when I was writing a Desklet for Cinnamon. Barely any guides or tutorials on creating a Desklet or branding documentation for the libraries available in CJS was difficult. The only advice I saw was to read other people's source code and learn from that. While it is a great way to learn, it does not provide enough information. Exactly. So I'd like to share what I've learned and where I found it. Our first Desklet would be a simple hello world program. Simple program which is to a text hello world on a desktop using GNOME's shell clutter based toolkit called ST shell toolkit. GNOME shell's clutter based toolkit or shell toolkit. This is basically a GUI thing. The ST library provides an easy way to create simple UIs. Requirement Cinnamon. I'm running Linux Mint 17.1 with version 2.4.5, and for your information, let me just specify what I am running because it will be important for you guys. Cinnamon version 6.4.8, version 2.4.5. Oh my goodness, that's a lot. It has progressed a lot. Cinnamon's version 6.4.8 and what? Apples, bananas. Linux Mint 22.1. Okay, Shia. Now, setup. Oh, we know how to set up. We have talked about how to set up. This is one of the most important things which we have ever done. Oh, this is nothing new. Time to code. This was whatever it is. Okay, now the only special property which is Cinnamon whether to apply your desktop and prevent it from inheriting it. But it is with the value first so that it looks like the rest of your desktop. Okay. Now what is JavaScript. There are several coding styles to follow with JavaScript by the GNOME project. Cinnamon seems to follow this guide. Let's look at what guide. Oh my goodness, where is it? This site as a whole is retired. Oh god. If you are used to using JavaScript on the web or in Node.js, you might notice a couple of differences in your language. If you are used to using JavaScript on the web or in the Node.js, you might notice a couple of differences. Several of these features from Mozilla's version of JavaScript, some being defined in future versions of ECMAScript. I will provide links where you can find additional information on those features as we encounter them. My goodness. Even I didn't know about a lot of facts. This is simply like what I say. This is beyond me. This is pairs documentation at its finest, because how, and moreover, like, this is so weird. From Mozilla's version, we will not follow this boilerplate. We will absolutely not follow this boilerplate. We will stay away from this. We will keep 2 feet distance from this boilerplate, because this should have been our boilerplate. What is it? Why is it not calling this? Why is it not being called? This is so weird. The code is all you need to create a minimal Desklet. You can use it as a basic template to start your own Desklet. Now for an explanation of each part. The first line contains const, one of the new features I mentioned. Okay. Features I mentioned earlier. More info here. Okay, const, we don't need to talk about const, because basically what const is. Const is basically making a constant. In JavaScript, you keep let. If the value does not change, you need to keep it at a constant. And if the value and there, and if the value does change, you need to use let. Let or const. No scope for var. Perfect. Cool. Let's go. The first line contains const. The const declaration creates a constant in the current scope. In this case, the global scope. Okay. First of all, let us talk about local and global scope. So, consider the program as your globe and the countries as your functions. Okay. Local scope is within your country, global scope is within the whole world. You need a passport for a global scope, and while you don't need anything for a local scope. What is the passport? The passport is the function you have instantiated with. The function you have instantiated with, for example, this, using a this, see, there is a this. This is basically what the object is being referred to. What you have molded, the molded thing. The molded thing is basically a passport for the global stuff, for accessing the global stuff, for accessing the United Nations. Do you understand? That is what I am talking of. The local scope and the global scope. Also, let a note on scope. Scope is anything which is under compound statements. What is a compound statement? A compound statement is something which is enclosed by curly braces. Okay, compound statement, like the curly braces, stuff in curly braces or any other thing. They will be clubbed together and will be considered as one statement only. Okay, that's why when we only write one statement, we don't use braces on for loops or on while loops or on do while. No, we have to use for them, but we don't normally use for loops or if else. Okay. But anyway, that was let's talk about local and global scope. We use it here to import a decimal. The const declaration creates a constant in the current scope. The const declaration, what does it do? Creates a declaration constant in the current scope. In this case, the global scope. Basically, what const does is it creates a global value. Okay, a global value. It directly creates a global value. Okay, which is applicable throughout the whole program, with a value that cannot be changed through reassignment. That is simple. We use it here to import the Desklet module from Cinnamon. The next function is our Desklet objects constructor. Constructor. What is a constructor? Do you know what constructor is? We have talked about constructor before. The constructor thing. The constructor thing is our this. This is what I refer to as a constructor. A constructor is also a kind of function, but inside the class, what it refers to, what constructor is referred to, is the function name itself. The function name itself, along with the metadata and the Desklet ID. Like, okay, along with the parameters. Whatever. This guy knows how to cook. Anyway, that's okay. Of course, only need to make a minimal decimal. We don't basically need this, but we need to read it. Let's just read it basically. If we don't read it, then we will not understand the history of it. And I will have to read the actual developer guide too, because that is important. The developer guide is something very different from the developer reference which is out there in dev help. GNOME style guide for creating. The next of the following GNOME style guide for creating classes. Following GNOME style guide. Which one? Of this constructor, this one. Following GNOME style guide for creating classes. Using GNOME's class pattern, we assign to the type of hello Desklet an object. Hello Desklet an object containing the methods I have no idea what is happening, but anyway, we will let it slip. Containing the methods and properties of a hello Desklet class. The first property, proto, is a special one. It allows us to modify the prototype. This thing you see, proto is a special. It allows to modify the prototype chain, allowing us to have a sort of inheritance of classes. Modify the prototype chain. So if a property is not found in the current instance, it will walk the prototype chain to the next prototype. In this case, Desklet's prototype. Desklet. What is the Desklet? In this case, the Desklet's prototype. And check if the properties here. So our Desklet must inherit from Cinnamon's Desklet class. From Cinnamon's Desklet class, from the Cinnamon's Desklet class, the parent must inherit, the child must inherit from the parent. Inheritance is what is being referred to. Okay, whatever. Oh, anyway. So our Desklet must inherit from Cinnamon's Desklet class. Desklet contains a lot of code required by Cinnamon to set up and destroy a Desklet. The int function is the actual constructor for our class. It is not a class in a technical sense, but in a okay. And our first task is to call the Desklet constructor, passing the current inheritance instance using this. What is an instance? Instance is the model you have created. Instance is the model you have created using 3D modeling. Instance is the 3D thing you have created using the 3D printer. Okay, this is being referred to as the 3D printed model. Okay, finally the main function is the entry point to our Desklet, which just return an instance of our Desklet. let's talk about this. This is going to be interesting. We have included the ST class. Finally, we need the ST class. We need the ST class. Let's go. Shell toolkit. We need the GUI. Okay. This dot setup here. Metadata Desklet ID. We had that metadata Desklet ID thing. Metadata instance ID has been replaced with metadata instance ID. But anyway. This is our constructor. This is the prototype. And this is the main function. This is our prototype. At first, what we will do, prototype dot underscore init dot call. We can't do anything. What was dev help? What does dev help say? Init. Where is the init? Oh. This metadata Desklet ID, we don't need this. We only need call. Wait, call. Where is the call? Call. Where is call? Oh my goodness, where is call? What is call? This. No, it is not there. We need to be happy with this. I really don't know what might happen, but whatever. But there is nothing called call. How can I even call? This is impossible. There is nothing here in the documentation stated. This is so bullshit. Whatever. Oh, whatever. We don't need to be very angry, very angry. Anyway, cd dot cd hyphen. cd hyphen slash dot. Oh, cd hyphen. Let's do that. Not directory. Not a directory, is a directory, is what is not. cd hyphen cd dot ls. I only know about one thing. cd clock at ch. Okay, let's just read whatever is out there. Vim. Let's just consult this place. Okay, What have they done? Okay. Load. Oh, whatever. Oh my goodness. Init called this comma metadata. You guys are calling this comma metadata. But where is this call function? Seriously, where is this call function? I have no freaking idea. Where is this call function? Where is this call function? Like, this whole init is an object now. Why is it an object? Like, why is it an object? This whole init thing, where is the, like, why is it an object now? Why is it an object now? And first of all, second, Desklet.prototype.init. That is the prototypes init is being called, and under that there is a call. Hi, what is happening? Wow, this is just so weird. This is just so weird. Let's go. Let's do whatever this guy says. cd hyphen dot cd paper cd. Oh, I am just bored now. Whatever works for this. Anyway, keep in mind that we are not exactly copying the code. Okay, and whatever init call, let's just decrease the brightness. Init call this meta Desklet id. We will not copy this thing. This dot setup. Oh my goodness, we have finally come to the abstract classes and interfaces. Okay, this is the blueprint thing. These are widgets, these are containers, these are stuff, and these are object hierarchy, API index, function glossary. Anyway, this is just scary on everywhere. On everywhere. This just setup UI. This just setup UI. This is what will be run. We will run. Okay. Wow. Okay. Init. This thing. Proto. This thing. Setup UI. Is this thing. We will. This just setup UI. We will keep it as a setup UI. Setup UI. Setup UI. Oh, this is something like named. Anyway, function. Let's just do it. Whatever. We will have to do a lot of stuff. But we'll have to check play whiteness, as I have said. Anyway, we will need to do a lot of stuff now, because I have taken a place that I will at least complete it almost today. Okay, I will almost complete it today, because I can't take it anymore. Anyway, this dot window equals new dot st.win. Why is st.win? Let's talk about st.win. st.win. Let's go. New dot st.win. add actor. This is about adding an actor. Where is the actor? What are actors here in Desklets? If it tells me that the Judo reference things are used instead of like for example Love Deluxe. For example, that if that is used instead of like whatever, like for example, oh, I don't know. Anyway, if stuff like those are used, then I am literally distraught. Now, if you tell me that, like, I need some terminology explanations, I can do anything, but I need some terminology explanations. Struct. How did struct even arrive in this place? How did struct arrive? This was something from C. STBin inherits from STBZ, so it is fully themable. STBin new. कभी तो no copyright. STBin, STLabel, set text. How is it even here? How is it appearing? Like, from where does this magic even appear? Let's see this. We now import a new library. This time from the ST library from GNOME. I have found this documentation to be helpful in finding what classes are available in Javascript over the GNOME's official C API reference. Next, a new method to hello Desklet has been added, which says over the desktop display the hello world. We use a STBin container that can contain a single child, which is a STLabel widget. That is. Let's take a break. Please take a break. Please take a break. Let's just understand what the following text actually means, because I have no idea. Okay, not natural whiteness. We now import a new library, this time ST or shell turkey library from GNOME. I have found this documentation to be helpful in finding what classes are available in JavaScript over the GNOME's official C API reference. C API reference. That is atrocious. That's a new method, like gnome. They are talking about gnome, and we are talking about cinnamon. Cinnamon and gnome have miles apart, are miles apart. Gnome's official C API reference. We will see that even this website is turned down. Page not found, as we have known. Next, a new method to help. Let's say Gnome's official C API reference. Next, a new method to hello Desklet has been added. Gnome's official C API reference. Why is Gnome's official C API reference more important here? C API reference. What is the C API reference? So C API reference. What is the C API reference? Cinnamon reference, maybe. What? Oh my goodness. This is where everything is talked about. This is where everything is talked about. We will have to talk about this and read about this and read some stuff regarding this. Okay. Actors. There are actors. In the actors, in an actor, there are three characteristics: cinnamon generic container, cinnamon slicer, cinnamon stack. Cinnamon generic container can. Okay, I'll have to end the stream. Bye guys. I guess it was a good stream, and I will keep on doing it. Like I will have to. I have miles to go before I sleep, and I have miles to go before I sleep. Thank you all, because I'm in an. I will have to go actually. I will have to do my stuff.